Hello, and welcome to the next video of our group's miniature wargame campaign using the Sport of Kings rules written by Todd Kirshner and Dale Wood. This is the third turn of the campaign, which is the winter of 1740. Winter turns have a few additional rules to consider. First, while revenue is collected, there is no raising of troops, fleets, or the building of fortresses. All movement and battles must be made with what is already on the board. Second, any miniature battles that occur during the winter turn have a chance of being fought during a snowstorm, which has an effect on movement as well as ranged attacks. Additionally, those battles that occur during a snowstorm have a hard limit of 12 tactical turns. If the battle is not decided within that time, the attacking army, or both if they both moved into the territory, must retreat. We begin this video by first returning to the end of the last video, and review an important event that occurred during the Turn 3 special events phase. The Jacobites revolting against the English crown and raising an army of 4 SP in Scotland. The English, with the 7 SP that were garrisoned there, attempted to put them down. The battle occurred during a heavy snowstorm, and the army attempted to dislodge the rebels from their fortified positions within a town. The attempt was unsuccessful, and the minor skirmish resulted in the Jacobites losing 6 castings, while the English lost 7. Strategically, both lost 1 SP each, though the English were forced to retreat from Scotland, thus leaving the rebels in control of the territory. Because of this, England only collected 24 tricorn for the turn. In the winter of 1740, we find the German kingdoms of Austria and Prussia in what most historians claim is nothing more than a territorial squabble, describing the spring and summer of 1740 as nothing more than big words with little fights. While there were a few minor skirmishes resulting in some casualties, the two spent most of the year playing cat and mouse throughout the Silesian and Bohemian countryside. Prussia's attention, though, was drawn to the east when on October 6, 1740, Prussia's Frederick received Russia's formal declaration of war. Russia, for their part, spent most of the year gathering support from the Polish territories that began to concentrate forces in Livonia in preparation for the war. France spent the year focusing on securing the Bourbon territories in Italy, while the influence of the French East India Company spread throughout the southern India. Conversely, British focused the majority of their efforts on their own East India Company, securing all of the northern India. Sweden has made some expansion of their own, securing Norway. The Ottomans have also made expansions of their own, having secured territory to the east and west. With the Elector of Bavaria now taking refuge in Hanover, it has become apparent to Austria that England has bedded themselves with the childish upstart King of Prussia. Austria officially declares war on England and has formalized an alliance with France. Austria moves 6 SP from Westphalia to Hanover, 14 SP from Austria to Silesia, 3 SP from Austria to Bavaria, and 1 SP from the Austrian Netherlands to Westphalia. It has come to English attention that the rogue Bavarian king has eluded local authorities in Hanover. Therefore, the British will pursue. It is believed that he was headed for Hesse. Once captured, he will be returned to Austria. England moves 1 SP from the Middle Atlantic colonies to New England, 1 SP from the Southern Atlantic colonies to the Middle Atlantic colonies, 7 SP from England to Scotland, 1 SP from the transport fleet in the Eastern Atlantic Ocean to England, 4 SP from Hanover to Hesse, 3 SP from Nepal to Bengal, 2 SP from Nepal to the Marathas, and the battle fleet in the Southern Atlantic Ocean to the Eastern Atlantic Ocean. King Louis XV of France and the French people have tried through diplomatic channels to correct the wrong committed by King Frederick of Prussia and the Kingdom of Prussia, but to no avail. Honoring the French part of the Sanctio Pragmatica, and since diplomatic reason has failed, France is honor-bound to declare war on Prussia. Furthermore, owing to England's failure to support the Sanctio Pragmatica and harboring criminals of Austria, the continuing war with Spain, and now with Scotland, who has asked for France's aid, France feels honor-bound to come to the aid of Austria, Spain, and Scotland and declares war on the warmongering English. France, Austria, Spain, and Scotland have concluded a military alliance to uphold the Sanctio Pragmatica and to end the English aggression. France moves 10 SP from Milan into Tuscany, 3 SP from Naples onto a transport fleet in the Mediterranean Sea, 4 SP from Lower Canada into New England, 1 SP from Upper Canada into New England, 1 SP from Upper Canada to Lower Canada, 4 SP from Louisiana into the Middle Atlantic colonies, 1 SP from the Ohio Valley to Louisiana, 5 SP from Mysore into the Marathas, and 1 SP from Travancore to Mysore. Prussia will consider a phased withdrawal from southern Silesia if Austria agrees to treaty negotiations. Prussia moves 1 SP from Bohemia to Silesia, 4 SP from Bohemia to Saxony, 1 SP from Silesia to Prussia, 1 SP from Prussia into Hesse, 1 SP from Saxony into Hesse, 4 SP from Silesia into Poland, 14 SP from the Duchy of Warsaw into Poland, and 2 SP from East Prussia into Poland. Russia moves 11 SP from Livonia into Poland. The Ottoman Empire has been in some tumult lately. First, there has been a plague in Azerbaijan thanks to the Safavids. Second, a Greek nationalist revolt has occurred. The revolt, however, was given external support and the culprits have been discovered. The state of Dalmatia has given rebels support, and this has been an offense not only to the Sultan but to all other powers in Europe. Therefore, they have the option of paying tribute or face the Turkish army and navy. This has not been their first offense. Turkey moves 4 SP from Bosnia into Dalmatia, 1 SP from Montenegro to Albania, 1 SP from Albania into Dalmatia, 3 SP from Turkey into Rumelia, 2 SP from Bessarabia to Yeresan, 2 SP from Yeresan to Crimea, 6 SP from Dobruja to Bessarabia, and 5 SP from Serbia to Wallachia. Sweden moves 3 SP from the British transport fleet in North Sea onto Hanover, 3 SP from Norway onto a British transport fleet in the North Sea, 1 SP from Sweden to Norway, and 1 SP from Sweden to Finland. Prussia, facing overwhelming numbers in Silesia, attempts to retreat into Saxony, though they are cut down by pursuing Austrian cavalry. Austria gains control of the territory of Silesia. The territory of Hesse falls to the combined forces of England and Prussia. By agreement, England controls the territory. France gains control of Tuscany, gaining 1 SP. The Ottomans gain control of Dalmatia, gaining 1 SP. Regarding the Prussian and Russian move into Poland, it was discovered that there is more sympathy for the Prussians than the Russians, and Prussia gained 3 additional SP. What had started as a minor border squabble has suddenly turned into a worldwide war. France is making major advances in both the American and Indian colonies, attempting to wrest control of the valuable resources away from the English. While Austria and Prussia continue to play their cat-and-mouse game, Prussia and Russia accidentally find themselves fighting the largest battle to date in a territory that neither of them actually control. Sweden, though officially neutral, finds themselves in the wrong place at the wrong time, having moved their troops into Hanover. The Ottomans still hold their cards close to the vest, yet still make minor gains by moving into Dalmatia. Since these report videos have come out, there have been a few questions asked, and I'd like to take a moment to answer them. The first question: have the players agreed to not view the results until the game is concluded, or is the game over and you are showing us weekly installments? We're still in the process of playing the game, but the players are aware of the content of these videos. Each player plans their builds and moves in secret, making their choices based upon information about another player from the previous turn. When the group meets to do a campaign turn, everyone submits an envelope with their builds and moves. Since we aren't playing with a judge, we will grab an envelope at random. The player who controls that particular country reads their builds and moves in front of the whole group, while someone else moves or places pins on our master strategic map. So the whole group is aware of who is moving where during that particular turn. They're just not aware of what the other players were going to do when they were planning their moves. Once all the battles are done, the special events for the next turn will be determined, and then I will make a video with the builds, moves, and the next turn's special events, so that the players have all the information they need to have their next moves ready the next time we meet. This campaign turn, and very likely the future turns, is actually split into 2 videos. This video is the video describing the moves, and would also contain the builds if it wasn't a winter turn. Once we finish all the battles and figure out the special events for turn 4, I'll make a part 2 video that summarizes the results of all the battles, as well as giving the results of the turn 4 special events. Second question, why is the movement concluded before the builds? We do this to make it easier to keep track of our pins on the map. Our group uses the first edition optional rule that says that units or fleets can't be moved on the turn that they are purchased and placed on the map. So it makes it easier for us to keep track of everything by moving units first, then placing new units on the map even though the rules describe it otherwise. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. If you have any other questions about this campaign in particular, or why we do things the way we are doing them, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe so you can be alerted to new videos when I get them posted. Hopefully, if real life allows, we'll be able to post a video once every few weeks, especially now that the battles have started to pick up. Thank you again, and have a great day.